I want to go to these examples in my last 10 minutes. These are examples to answer day-by-day questions of our growers. When to do my first irrigation, how much water do I have to put, so how much do I need, when do I have to stop irrigating. So let's go for the first question. When to do my first irrigation? And we are going to compare it with transpiration, about how fast is my plant getting weight out from the substrate. So how fast is my plant transpirating in liters per square meter per hour? So it's velocity of water going out. This is like this. This blue graph here. This is the speed of the transpiration, and we can see here that there is a drop down on the early morning. So sun comes, plants start active, start transpiration, but suddenly it drops down. Why? Because the plant has not enough water. It cannot keep transpirating because it has no water. So my first irrigation should be more like this way. That the plant starts to be active. This is light in joules, accumulated light. Yeah, this one. So as fast as I start accumulating joules, I want to put my first irrigation early enough that my transpiration is continuously smooth and keeps like that all the rest of the day. Yeah, we want to avoid that situation, and this is an example to see how my first irrigation can be, in this case, a bit earlier. I'm going to show a case when the irrigation is too earlier. In this case, you are seeing the wave. What happened with this wave? It's flat. What means there is no transpiration from the plant. The plant is not active. There is not enough radiation. The plant didn't start transpirating, doing photosynthesis, so the plant didn't need water there. You are forcing the plant to absorb by osmosis water on the substrate that the plant didn't want to, and this has bad consequences of disease and nutrient problems. So this is too early irrigation. Transpiration didn't start. As you can see, the wave is the same. So you can avoid that irrigation. You don't need that. So you are saving water. You are looking for this kind of graph. When the wave starts going down, and then the plant starts transpiration, then you want to put this at the right moment, and there is no drop down on the transpiration. So this is an example on how to work with the transpiration, and the percentage of that can be 1%, 2% of weight loss, and that's why we put how much percentage in different moments during the day, because it's behind, all this is behind that area, no? So just looking at, okay, my first irrigation, I have 2% of drop down of my weight, is my right moment to do my irrigation. You don't have to look anything else, radiation, transpiration, you don't have to look anything else, just the weight loss, and that point is precise enough. It's more precise than any other thing, really. What to do now, okay, I know when to do my first irrigation, then I'm going to do the next one. When? Well, I want to do it early enough that my transpiration keeps smooth and growing. I don't want to have these stops. These are irrigations too long. My plants needed water there, and need water here, and needed water here, but it don't have, so transpiration stops. Sometimes, in these examples, no, but sometimes it's just because it comes a cloud and radiation is going down, so plant stops transpirating because there is no radiation. It's not always that it's a matter of water, so you have to take into consideration other factors. Another example, and I like this example because it's one day and the other one. Today's is 2nd of February, 9th of February, and just with 1 day of difference, well, this pipe irrigation this day. This day has 2 more irrigation at the middle of the day, and you can save and you can improve your irrigation strategy day by day, just checking what happened yesterday, do a change, and check it back. What happened? How my crop is answering on that change? And do that exercise day by day is going to improve a lot your way of growing. And we are also able to help you to analyze this information and tell you, okay, we recommend you to do this or that. The drain, another interesting example about when do I have to have the drain? So when I need the drain, I need to drop down my conductivity of my blueberry crop to 1.5 of conductivity, okay, of my substrate, okay, that's fine. When I'm going to do it early morning or at the evening. I want to do it early morning because then if I do it at the late of the day, the nutrients are not going to be there. I'm going to wash my nutrients, so I prefer that the conductivity exercise or cleaning of my substrate goes in the morning because also this extra water is going to be used for transpiration. Why do you need these 5 drains if it doesn't matter how much you drain here, the conductivity is the same. You are not going to wash any further than that. You will reach this drop down with your first 3 irrigations. Maybe you need another one, but you don't need these other 4. So here you are also saving water. You can also irrigate on that way. And this is the last. This is an example about how do we use also the weight of the substrate between the last irrigation to the first one. I think it's clear enough. So, thank you everyone for your time listening.